Steven, who is featured on this channel a lot, he's one of the co-owners from the Yacht Rigger, has been posting on his Instagram side, on the Yacht Rigger's Instagram side, about a new boat that his family has now bought.
Okay, here we are.
No.
And it is a boat that has been through some really hard times. It's gonna be an amazing refit to be able to see why he chooses what he chooses and how he does it. In this episode, we're gonna get into what that boat is, but before that, we're gonna get to take a tour on a professional yacht rigger's boat, how he outfitted it, why he chose Leopard. His family's lived the last 5 years on a Leopard 43, why he chose that boat, what he thinks about that boat, and see again how he's outfitted that boat, and get into the next one that he is going to be moving his family into.
The huge thing of what we're going to do that people are going to really appreciate is that we're going to reveal the pricing of what it costs and what it takes.
That is all in this episode. And as a quick aside, this is going to all fall under how the pros do it. I will be back on Nomad on my boat talking about the things I have going on as I get my boat ready for the Bahamas. It just took me a couple weeks to get over a bicep tear. Let's hop over and check out what someone's boat looks like who is a marine professional, how he's outfitted it, and what he's going to be doing in his next steps. The Leopard 43, this is the infamous one, right? This is the one from the Winds. Any of you guys who are familiar with those, where you have, to me, it makes it really kind of hard to, I'm too short and those boards are too tall, but where you have the little walk-ups on the windows, the little steps in front of those forward-facing windows. That's such an iconic look. And also the lines of this boat, the way they start high and swoop back, I mean, you can really tell the profile. These are super, super pretty boats. But anyways, here we are, stepping onto Steven's boat.
Welcome.
Yes, and so yeah, we're gonna do a little walking tour in this video and hear about some cool things surrounding this boat and the whys and what is to come here really soon concerning the next steps around why this boat is for sale and what he's transitioning to. So dude.
Big life changes.
Yeah, this is a whole thing.
Lots of work, yeah. I think the first thing, if anyone noticed when we're walking on, right here, like one of the biggest feature sets and our favorite upgrades on this boat is this bench seat right here. So we pulled off the old fiberglass davits, put this arch on, tied the arch into the hardtop, and then built this bench seat over here. That just, it's such an awesome space that makes it so that we can keep the dinghy up nice and high, but just really expand it on the cockpit. So we've loved it. If I can replicate this on the next boat somehow, I'm gonna try to figure out a way.
Yeah, so all the solar up top, you have the little thing that you can run across up there and jump off of, and then you added this whole bench across the back.
That's the kid's favorite right there, the diving board. Oh, man, you get on board when there's just kid after kid after kid jumping off there.
Totally. And so this is a tour of a boat that you guys have lived on now. So you're one of the co-owners of the Yacht Rigger. Most people know you, but if you're just tuning in, that's the background. And as one of the co-owners, professional rigger, been doing this stuff most of your life. You picked a Leopard 43 to move your family onto. Yep. And then how long have you lived on this boat?
Yeah, about 5 years now. Going on, it must be, a little over 5. 2021, I believe we bought the boat.
Nice.
So yeah, it's been a while.
And why the Leopard 43?
Man, I loved this boat since I was a kid. I worked on them back when I was literally a teenager and just fell in love with it and never thought I would outgrow this boat. But our kids are just growing faster than we can keep up with.
Yeah, and plus it's like freshening things up. You've had the boat for a while, you've seen it, you've done it, you've outfitted it super well, and now it's just fun to go on to new frontiers, right? Like try some new things and you know.
I mean, this boat's taken about as far as I could, right? Like new engines, batteries, solar, the new air conditioners. It's got, like almost every system's been done on it. Not that I, want to just be upgrading boats for the rest of my life, but at the same time, this was a great experience for us to do all these things, and now I do kind of want to go ahead and do it again, just on something bigger.
Yeah, and stick around to hear what that bigger thing is, and it's not what you think. So, okay, so let's just do a little tour, because I'd like to see what a boat looks like after like a professional rigger and owner of a rigging company's setup looks like, and then we'll get into the next boat. So what's the fast? So there's this. Yeah.
We've done this, and then ignore the clutter, because we're 95% moved off, but there's still some clutter laying around here. So we obviously did the stern section. I guess let's go forward first,
okay, cool.
And then we'll
that makes sense.
Make our way up there. So right here, all of the running rigging on this boat is run aft. I can single hand this thing from back here, occasionally moving over to the port side, but I have clutch banks and electric winches on both sides. So not all the lines were run aft originally, but we got everything run aft. We got our surfboard racks here, and awesome upgrade right here. Shout out to multihomemats.com or Sunrise Yacht Products. These trampolines, added these black 3/8 offshore net trampolines. They're amazing.
Yeah, so black's the way to go, right? Because the white reflects, but this black you can see. I mean, look how well, even on camera right now, you can see the hole.
See, that's a green line there on the hull, right?
Yeah.
There's no reflection coming back at your eyes, and they just look good. They look nice. They're not reflective. They're comfortable. They kind of form fit when you lay on them. You're not laying in a flat hammock. So yeah, love this product.
Oh, and then you do Dyneema for the
lashings.
Okay.
No squeaking whatsoever when I'm on this.
I mean, zero squeak.
Yeah.
That's the way. So black
Silent.
tramps with Dyneema, kill the squeak and make it where you can see through it really easily.
Exactly.
See them bommies.
Yeah.
Cool.
Now we're standing under this other awesome product. This is actually, it's prototype #1, literally the first one that was built. So this is also from Sunrise Yacht Products. It's their catamaran shade system. The new version's even better, but as the proud owner of prototype #1, I love this thing. It's amazing all summer long. Going forward over here, we have a Baymar furler.
Ooh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. No
Italian
pearl furls
system.
here.
Yep. Great upgrade there. And then we have a Code 0 furler that doubles actually as a spinnaker furler. So this boat has a Code 0 and a spinnaker that both fit on that furler. And then we have our Yacht Rigger designed folding bowsprit system.
Yeah, you guys actually make and install these.
Correct,
right?
and this is the first one. This is the one that helped develop it all. So
wow, that's cool.
Yeah, V1 of the folding bowsprit. So
that's sweet. No metal, all like running rigging
all
style,
Dyneema,
all Dyneema core. Hell yeah.
Seen their days. And then I do have the Mac Pack from Travis over at Mac Sails, so we can zip and unzip the sail cover from basically anywhere on the port side.
That's cool. You can just stand on anywhere along that. You just pull on a string, right? Like on a line, and it unzips. Exactly. Yeah, that's slick. I would love that on Nomad. To me, I've never seen this, and it's I love those stairs up on these 43s. There's your Starlink, little extra solar, but this to me is so cool. Will you show how that works?
Yeah. Sure.
That's awesome. Dude, yeah, right? So your kids are just constantly launching themselves off of this.
It's like a conveyor belt of kids.
Conveyor belt of kids. That's exactly what it is.
Go for it.
Oh, another panel on that side?
Yeah, so you have 2.4 kilowatts of solar
Sick.
in total. Yeah.
So no flexi panels on this bad boy.
Nothing
all rigid.
Flexible. But we do have the grill rack back here. The grill used to be kind of centralized, but it's out of the way, and in the breeze, so stuff flows well.
Then your life raft there, nice.
I didn't do this, but there are updated electronics from 2019, so they were updated when I bought the boat.
Sure.
But, nice big MFD and Garmin instruments throughout. New engine control panels for the new engines.
Oh yeah.
I'll show you down below.
Yeah,
brand new engines.
Cool.
With, less than 200 hours on them.
Less than 200.
It's so low.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right. Now I've had the air conditioning turned off.
Yeah.
So a little warm in here.
Right.
But
this is sweet.
main AC panel here. We have the screens for both air conditioners here. Of course we have the Serbo right there, and we have our Thermodynamica system and a Mabru system. The Thermodynamica is 24 volt, so straight DC off the 24 volt lithium DC bank, and then the Mabru will run off of 110, but it's variable speed, so it will run off the battery bank as well.
Sweet.
Yeah, so both will run. Let's go back here. This head was converted, so the toilet was removed, and we have a big chest freezer in there, so for significant storage.
Nice.
Really nice. Yeah. Tons of frozen space in there. That thing's amazing. And that's 24 volt DC as well, so it runs straight off the batteries.
Dang, that's cool.
Right here.
Oh yeah, the betas.
We have the Beta Marine.
Oh, I'm about to turn on my watch light. Nice. Yeah, you really should put the Ferrari logo on that.
Yeah.
Like right on the side right there.
Awesome. Yeah.
That is sweet. Super clean.
Yep.
Heck yeah, man.
These things have been great. 40 horsepower, shaft drive, no sail drives.
Sweet.
And you
There's
can see
the Zeus installed.
the Zeus, that's right.
Shaboomy. Dude, I want to get that on Nomad
So bad. These are 185 amp, 24 volt alternators, 2 of them. So when we're motoring around, we're literally throwing 5,000-6,000 watts into the battery bank.
That's so nuts.
Everything's
that is so
more
nuts.
than powered. Yeah.
Jeez.
Okay. On this side we have everything's pretty standard, but composting head in there. We have one composting head and one electric flush head. And the rest of this cabin's pretty standard.
Dang, that's cool. I just think that this is neat. This is one of my favorite little design things, is where you have the stairs to come up. You give up a touch of headroom, but what you gain is ability to lay here and actually see out the windows while you're laying in bed, and it doesn't feel like you're laying down inside of a hole of the hole, right? Like you're way down inside. You have this little forward area here.
Well, also, you can walk around the bed, right?
Yeah, you get a partial island berth.
Yep, so you can get on off both sides.
Yeah, man, I'm a fan. I like the elevated beds. You don't see them as much now, but I think they're cool. Also like round doors. Yeah. On boats. I just think it's so pretty. It looks so much more nautical than squaring everything off. I like when a boat looks like an actual boat.
For sure.
That's sweet. All right.
So up here, most of the upgrades are invisible in the DC air conditioning, etc. We do have the electric galley. So we just have a 2-burner induction cooktop here, microwave underneath, and then over here we have the cooktop. Nice. Well, not the cooktop, I'm sorry, the oven. So the Breville oven, that is on my list of things to clean this weekend.
Yeah, sure. Mine's never not dirty.
Yeah. And back here, this cabin, this head has its own conversion in that the toilet was removed from this one. There's a washing machine in there. So we can do laundry when we're at sea and the machine runs perfectly off of the inverter.
Yeah, that's
we do have a 5,000 watt inverter hidden in this cabinet. 24 volt, 5,000 watt.
That's awesome.
And yeah, forward in here, this is the standard head with an electric freshwater flush. And the bunk. Nice. Oh, I guess hidden under here. We can pop this open for a second. I'm going to jump up here.
Actually, it's good for a little scale.
Easy access. This mattress has a hinge in it.
Oh,
and then
that's cool.
Here we have it's a 24 volt Seawater Pro. 24 volt Seawater Pro. So it makes 40 gallons an hour and pulls about 850 watts. So that system's right in here. I just love the access and being able to work on it in the air conditioning.
Yeah, definitely.
So same with the engines. I do engine services in the AC.
Right. So, all right, you're doing something unique for the next boat. This boat's not quite listed, but it's going up for sale, right?
Yeah, we'll be listing it soon in a week or so. Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Yeah. All right. And once that is live, I'll check in the link in the description below to find a listing over to Catamaran Brokers, right? To find that. And okay, so the big reveal, and I know it's already been seen on the Instagram side. Definitely check out the Yacht Rigger Instagram. So many cool, just tidbits of things to dig into over there, where Steven is basically just flowing content almost daily. You're posting something, daily, right?
Yeah.
What is the decision that you've made concerning the next boat and why?
So we found a 2015 Leopard 48 that has been sitting on the hard in Charleston with some pretty significant damage. So it's a project boat for sure. Oops, dropping something. So Leopard 48, that's a project, and it has a broken mast or pieces of mast. The hard top for above the helm is completely broken. It's got some fiberglass, pretty significant fiberglass damage on the starboard forward side. One of the aft bulkheads needs some reinforcing, and then the boat sat in a boatyard for, I don't know exactly because we couldn't get good information from the sellers, but roughly 18 months in the yard, and the door to the saloon was off, broken.
The entire time?
I think the entire time.
Or
based
for a
on
while.
the amount of dust inside the boat, I think the entire time. So it is filthy, and any boat that sits, you took on a boat that was sitting for a very long time. So who knows what systems work and don't work, but the boats for sale, it's something we can afford. We couldn't afford a $500,000, $600,000 Leopard 48. We really wanted an owner's version. This is a 3-cabin boat, so we're super excited about that. And so the plan is to get this boat and do a bunch of the work up there, get it ready to launch, and then motor her around here with no mast, and then get the mast and everything rigging figured out here, and turn her into our new home.
Yeah, so it's and I love how you're it's a bit of a project boat. For someone like me, I look at that and I'm like, does this thing even float? So there'll be plenty of pictures and things like that that'll go over this video that you've already been seeing. But I mean, this thing is wildly in need of some serious TLC.
Oh yeah.
And so on the How the Pros Do It series that we have on the YouTube side, it'll be endless content for that. Watching you guys install the systems, why you do what you do. That's going to be really cool. We're also going to work to get different marine manufacturers in on the podcast for things that the yacht riggers installing, so they can tell us about why their products are solving the particular problems in the industry, why Steven from the Yacht Rigger would have chosen to actually use those components on his own family's boat. I think that says a lot.
Yeah,
really looking forward to all of us being able to learn from that.
I think a huge thing of what we're going to do that people are going to really appreciate is that we're going to reveal the pricing of what it costs and what it takes. Now, obviously, I'm not going to reveal like my industry pricing on this, but we're going to tell you what it would cost you as a normal user and keep track of hours. You know, how much sweat equity are we going to put into this boat? But it's not something that you want to go into remotely blind.
Yeah, okay, so it'll be a reality check for a lot of us following along in that, kind of get a better sense because you're going to actually share pricing, labor and all these kind of things. It'll help us be able to make more informed decisions concerning like what size project we might take on, which is going to be really helpful. So I think that there's a lot of value in that, as well as for people, man, that got the bucks. Now they're going to know what they're looking for. So that's going to be super helpful. And then just individually, there might be people out there like myself that have boats that are getting decently well equipped, but still seeing why you choose what you choose and how you put it in is going to be really valuable. And definitely excited to see that pricing along the way.
And like highlights, right? Like just little things where we might say, if someone looks online and sees, hey, I can buy this Dometic air conditioner for $2,800. So yeah, an air conditioner maybe is $3,000, $4,000 to install if I'm paying someone. But the reality is that often it's much more than that. There's wiring and ducting that needs to be replaced, et cetera, et cetera. I don't want to get too much into the details now, but we'll talk about stuff like that where suddenly you go, actually, I want a high efficiency air conditioner. Now you just doubled the price of the air conditioner. Now it's $6,000. So these things, everything scales up much more quickly than people expect. And my goal is to kind of reality check if people, and just, like you said, make people realize. We do a lot of DIY consulting at the Yacht Rigger where people buy a bunch of stuff from us and then install it themselves. And most of the time they get it all done themselves, but fairly often we get a call that says, I'm 20% into this and it's way more than I thought. Can you guys come and help install it? And just realizing how much work it actually takes is just surprising to a lot of people.
If you made it this far, please comment and subscribe, like it as well. But if you would especially comment some of the top things that you would want to see filmed and that we could really zoom in on, no matter how small or detailed, this is the opportunity to get to do it. It's an opportunity for me as a sailor to be very up close to what's being done. And I think it's unique in the industry to see it being done from the standpoint of someone who owns a marine upfitting business as one of the co-owners of really what is one of the coolest yacht outfitting companies that's out there. So I'm really stoked for that. And thank you guys for watching. And man, we will be teaming up with you to see what is going on and going along for the journey. Thank you so much, Steven.
Heck yeah.
Shaboom.